Hello, it's Afsi again. I wanted to clarify some points and answer some questions from last Wednesday's webinar about sugar. And thank you so much for all your comments, your feedback. And by the way, this is my cat's tail. I have some notes here, so I don't want to forget things I wanted to answer about some of the questions. But first of all, the talk was about refined sugar and how excessively we use it. And it's found in anything that's sweet, cookies, cakes, even sauces, dips, lots of things. It's almost impossible not to have sugar. So, a couple of guidelines. One is for women, the recommendation is no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar a day, and for men, 9 teaspoons. And I'm talking about refined sugar, which has two molecules, glucose and fructose. Glucose is the fuel for our body. Fructose is where the problems happen because excessive fructose, when the body has no place to use it anymore, it'll just go to the liver, will be sent to liver, and liver has nothing else to do but converting it to liver fat. So it causes being overweight, belly fat. According to dietary guidelines for Americans, carbohydrates, which are grains, fruits, vegetables, and sugar, is a carbohydrate. No more than 45 to 65% of our daily diet should be carbohydrates. And ideally, there be complex carbohydrates, which are rich in fiber. So we know vegetables rich in fiber, fruits rich in fiber, grains rich in fiber. There were discussions about artificial sweeteners and some of the natural sweeteners. So we have, I want to talk about sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohols are not to be confused with artificial sweeteners. Sugar alcohols do contain fewer calories than regular sugar, and they do occur naturally in plants and fruits. So a part of them resembles sugar and a part of them resemble alcohol. However, they do not contain ethanol, so they're not gonna get you drunk, these sugars. It's like maltitol, sorbitol, xylitol, and they're used as sugar substitute. They do provide sweet taste, and they do not raise blood sugar to the point that natural sugar does. Convert to glucose more slowly than regular sugar. Your body does not require much insulin to metabolize these sugars. They do not cause tooth decay, as I had mentioned last week. People may not do well with them. They may feel gassy, bloaty feelings, diarrhea. A few common sweeteners that I thought I wanted to review with you. One is aspartame, so that is artificial sweetener, and it's generally in soft drinks, diet drinks. Sucralose, which famous name for that is Splenda, can trigger insulin response, and it can kill good gut bacteria. It is a category of maltodextrin, which is a white powder made from corn, rice, potato starch, or wheat. So even though it is from plants, but it's so highly processed that it doesn't become a good substance for our body. There were questions about natural sweets like honey or maple syrup. Though these are natural, they still are mainly fructose, and they're easy to eat. They're liquid, they're processed, and what that would do is, as I said, what happens to fructose when too much of it is in the body, the liver takes over, it's sent to the liver, and the liver converts it to liver fat. Use those mindfully, even though they do have some antioxidant properties, And maple syrup has zinc and some other uh, minerals that are really great for your body. Scientific names, but it contains, those are powerful antioxidants. So monk fruit is a sweetened substance, plant base, which also has antioxidants, which lowers inflammation in the body, and it lowers inflammatory agent or enzyme called cyclooxygenase enzyme. So there is, and it's called COX, COX1, COX2. You don't want to destroy COX1 because that protects the lining of your gut. COX2, you don't want to have too much of that because that is an inflammatory agent, enzyme in the body. And monk fruit would lower the COX2, which is a good thing. Anti-inflammatory medications like ibuprofen, Advil, when they tell you take those in moderation, they don't just go after COX2. They also destroy COX1, which is the protective enzyme for our gut. And that's why they say take it in moderation, because eventually if we take too much of them and lose that protective enzyme that protects the lining of the gut, then we would end up with ulcers. And monk fruit, very good. It doesn't have the effects of sugar itself. Stevia, which is really famous, is a brush plant native to South America. It's not a sugar alcohol. It's in the category of steviol glycosides, and it can be extracted from the leaves of stevia plant. I do want to show you how you could make your own stevia sweetness. Use the liquid form. It's suggested to use liquid form because the powder form may still have maltodextrin added to it. They're not cheap. The liquid stevia is expensive, but it could be 100 to 300 times more sweet than regular sugar. So it goes a long way. Your liquid goes a long way. Okay, everyone, as you see, it's gotten dark. The days are really short, but I do want to finish with one last plant sweetener. It's called erythritol, and it's a great option as far as sweeteners. It's derived from a plant. It's a plant fiber. 90% of erythritol is consumed before it gets to the bowel, which means no gassiness, no diarrhea, no bloating. The one thing about erythritol is it's not as sweet as sugar. It may be 70% of sweetness of sugar. However, maybe that's enough. You just have to try it. Just to moderation, like anything. Too much of a good thing is still too much. So in summary, we do have some good options to replace sugar. Stevia is one. Remember, if you can find it in liquid form, that would be better and safer. And then monk fruit, that's a great option. It's got antioxidants, so it doesn't cause inflammation. It's absorbed before it gets in your gut. No gassiness, no bloating, no diarrhea. And the other option that's really great is erythritol. It's not as sweet as sugar. It's a great replacement for sugar to keep the blood level. The point is to keep the blood level steady, and so we don't have these sugar spikes in the blood. As far as natural sweeteners, honey, maple syrup, agave especially is so processed. Concentrated fructose is even worse than fructose. It could be in the category of high fructose corn syrup, and that's just concentrated fructose from corn. Also keep in mind sweeteners like stevia, like erythritol, like monk fruit, even though they have no calories, no sugar, no glycemic index, well, very low glycemic index, they still can damage the brain just as bad. They overstimulate the neurons in the brain to the point of killing brain cells. And that could be very damaging in varying degrees. We still have to be mindful and use these sweeteners carefully and to moderation. I hope this was helpful. I can't wait to see you in 7-day sugar cleanse, December 7, and I'll have a kickoff Friday before that. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to learn so much more, and you're going to learn that it's not about not eating sugar, it's not about not eating your sweets. You're going to be fully happy with the program, and you'll come out of it a lot more mindful and more educated about it, and much happier. You will not have to give up your sweets.